What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Gotham Knights. I want to talk about when it's coming out. Gonna go over that tweet that actually a lot of people sent me over on Twitter of that Daniel asking them, a brave soul had asked them, is this game going to come out in 2022? I'll read over the tweet. We'll read over what Warner Bros. Montreal said, and then we'll talk about what could potentially be happening over the next couple months. They're silent. I was actually considering talking about having the title of this video being like, hey, Warner Bros. Montreal, you awake? But I thought that would be a little too different for the kinds of videos that I make. As always, make sure if you guys do like this stuff, you are subscribed, bell icon turn on, and then again, like I said, Twitter, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, Podcast Now 15 is my Twitter handle. A lot of people send me a lot of different things over there. I greatly appreciate it, and I'd love to have you guys as part of the community. Okay, again, the savior of the hour, Daniel, he said, Warner Bros. Game support. Hi, can we have an update on Gotham Knights? Will it be delayed till 2022, or is it still on track to come out this year? And they said, hi, Daniel. Gotham Knights is still set to be released sometime this year. For any other announcements, please be sure to follow Gotham Knights, at Gotham Knights. And then Pedro, who's the guy who sent this to me, also added me. I greatly appreciate it. And he's the one who sent me this, by the way. Again, greatly appreciate anybody sending me anything over on Twitter. All right, so that's not like groundbreaking news. There are a couple things, I guess, you can read into that if you want to read into it. I was on the supportive team for a long time of wanting this game or believing, not even wanting, we all want it to come out as soon as possible. I believed that it could come out first half of 2021. I really did. A lot of that comes from a lot of the rumors that even other people say that they believe so violently. Well, a lot of the rumors say that Gotham Knights was supposed to have come out back in November, this past November. So if it was supposed to come out in November, why would it come out like a full year later? That'd be a really big delay. So I was always on the side of coming out first half of this year. Now, I don't blame them. 2020 was a year. It was literally a year, and a lot of things happened in that year. And some good, some bad. Actually, quite a few things bad. But here we are, and the day you guys see this video, it's the last day of January, so tomorrow is February 1st. Look, I don't think that Warner Bros. Support is going to, drop the ball or, literally just announce, let the cat out of the bag and announce when the game is going to come out to Daniel, okay? They wouldn't do it to me. They wouldn't do it to you. They wouldn't do it to anybody. But the idea of them saying that it's still set to release sometime, and I believe that is literally the word that they said, set to be released sometime this year, that to me, again, you could read into that two different ways. Number one, it's not coming out, I would say, first half of the year. If it was, again, I don't think they would drop a release date, but I feel like if there was a window they were looking at, and even they could use that as an opportunity to announce something, okay? They could have said, yeah, it's still planned to release in spring, or it's still releasing in spring, or it's still releasing even in summer, you could even say. I feel like, now again, maybe they just don't want to say, maybe it does come out in May, maybe it does come out in June, right? But to me, saying sometime this year tells me it's kind of late this year. And also, if you want to really read into it, which I wouldn't as much, but if you want to, go for it. Sometime this year kind of sounds like they're uncertain about it. You know what I mean? So while it is releasing this year, it's sometime this year. Now, I do know that there are, and that's the thing, I don't believe them. I don't believe that part of it, because I think that they actually do have a window, not necessarily a day, but normally when you make games, even very early on in games, you tend to try to find windows, and there's kind of phases of development. So at this phase of Gotham Knights' development, I would greatly assume that they have a release window in mind. It's not set in stone. Obviously, it's not set in stone enough for them to even confirm it to us. But it is, I do think they have something. So, if they wanted to release September, October, that's probably written down somewhere. That's probably the thought of the company and the team going forward, right? And then if it doesn't make it there, then they push it. It kind of goes into what I talk about when I say, delays. The game did get delayed, and people say, well, they didn't announce the release date, so then if it gets pushed, technically it didn't get delayed because they didn't say it out loud. Well, I'm talking about a delay in general. They delayed it themselves. They delayed it internally. However you want to think about it, that's how I think of delays. And I think about it in the same frame of mind as this. So, I like I said, you can read into that however you want. I'm not going to tell you how to think. If you guys want to go based off of what I say, that's totally cool. I think that the line of dialogue that they said is kind of multi-layered, because they're not going to just flat out announce it. Obviously, they're not going to do that. They kind of, I would say, inadvertently confirmed it's not coming out like soon, like really, really soon. At the same time, they could be lying. And also, you could look at it and say maybe they just don't know when the game is coming out. I do think they know. I just don't think they are ready to tell us, and it's probably just in case something happens. So that, I mean, that does lead into the last part of this video that I do want to talk about, what's coming next. And I've done this from time to time. I made this video I talked about this aspect of it back in December. I talked about like what to expect, what's coming next. I don't know what in God's name they're doing. This definitely was a possibility, and after Red Hood's fan art came out, people did actually tell me, like, hey, what if the plan is for them to go silent again? I did say at some point that was a possibility, okay? There was no guarantee that they were going to go from the fan art of Red Hood just directly into something else. We were hoping for that. I was hoping for that. Honestly, it does not seem like they're doing that. With the game delayed, not delayed, however you want to think of it. But if the game comes out September, October, November, that's still quite a while. To show more stuff right now, they just may not want to do that, okay? And also, you have to imagine, if the game gets pushed again, now we're into 2022, okay? And that's even longer, and then it makes it look even worse, I guess, if you show off stuff right now and the game releases in another year. Maybe they don't want to mislead people. They don't want people believing the game's going to be one way and then having the game come out and it's just not, because it's been so much time in between when we saw it. But that's the other thing. We did see this game, and that's important to think about too. For those that thought the game was coming out in November, I get that, because they showed a full-length trailer and they showed a full-length gameplay presentation. Like, you don't show those kind of things when your game is 2+ years away from being made. You really don't. You really, really don't. Even games like The Last of Us or a lot of Sony, Microsoft games, they'll show trailers. They'll show, and actually just there's different variations of trailers. That's what they'll show until they get reasonably close, and then they'll show gameplay. Now, I guess you could look at like Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite had its gameplay actually around 7-ish minutes, same length as Gotham Knights, and that got delayed like a full year. But when they showed it to when it was supposed to come out, it was only like 3-4 months away. So you understand why they showed it. Last of Us, when we got Last of Us gameplay stuff, it was like, I think, within a year of when the game was. Now, the game had, I think, 2 or 3 delays, but it was, when they showed the gameplay, it was pretty reasonably close to when the game was supposed to come out. So I do think it's coming soon. I don't know what the heck they're doing right now. Maybe they're taking like a little, again, like another period of silence, like a darkness period for like February and part of January. I hope as we get closer to the summer that we get more. Again, it's relatively easy. Right now, you need to show us, I think, and again, the blueprints are right in front of them. Red Hood, Nightwing, show us gameplay. Maybe have another villain in that gameplay. Or give us another trailer. Give us something. I know some people always do this, but some people will read into what I'm saying wrong and say, oh, Alex is demanding that they show us stuff. It's not good enough what they've shown us already. I don't know where these loyalists come from that are just so up there, just super close. Maybe they staple themselves to employees of Warner Bros. Montreal, but you should never, by the way, be that close to any company. But I'm not demanding it. I'm not saying I'm going to go riot if they do that, right? Nobody should be doing that, by the way. All I'm saying is that it's odd the way they've done it. And I've said that before. I mean, I've called them out and how they've handled their social media stuff and how they've handled the promotion and marketing or whatever you want to call it of Gotham Knights. It has not been good. It's been better than what they've done the previous 2 to 3 years, but I mean, you can't, when you do nothing, or when you're like the worst at your position, you can't possibly do worse than that, right? And again, I don't say that as like, oh, I'm going after them, I'm attacking them. No, and I've always said this, I have great respect for those that work at Warner Bros. Montreal. I really think they're going to do a good job with Gotham Knights. I have nothing against them. It's just kind of poking fun at them that this is slightly ridiculous, right? Hopefully within the next couple months. As always here, we'll just keep doing the same thing. I know I've kind of been negative on Gotham Knights over the last several videos. I have been very positive on this game before, but we'll switch it up. We'll do different kinds of topics. Anything that comes out on this game, obviously, I'll be covering it. I did see that interview about the Two-Face and about all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go into that stuff too much. Nothing is confirmed. Let me just say that. People that are running around with saying that certain things are confirmed, go by what Warner Bros. Montreal said. It's not confirmed. So we'll just leave it at that. Let me know in in the comments below. What do you think? When do you think we get something? What do you think that something is? Do you think we have to wait a couple months for it? When do you think the game releases? All that good stuff. Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. If you want to follow me on Twitter, podcastnow15 is my Twitter handle. Would love to have you guys over there. Thank you all so much for watching. New Gotham Knights videos every couple days, every 3, 4, 5-ish days. I do a new Gotham Knights video, and so I hope to see you guys there.